It began with a sound that didn't belong in the quiet rhythm of the neighborhood. A deep, rolling growl of Harley engines echoed across the empty suburban street, cutting through the softness of the afternoon like thunder across a calm sky. The Hells Angels rode in slowly, their black vests and fiery insignia drawing long shadows over the warm pavement. Curtains shifted. Mothers tugged their children indoors. Even the breeze seemed to pause, aware that something unusual had arrived. But beneath the heavy engines and steel, a smaller sound rose, shaky, gentle, and painfully desperate. A little girl, no more than 6, stood by the sidewalk with a pink bicycle beside her and a cardboard sign clutched in her hand. "Sir, will you buy my bike?" she whispered. Her voice trembled, her dress was clean but her shoes worn. Her eyes carried exhaustion no child should have. That single sentence pierced the noise, disarming the bikers in a way no force could. And in that moment, their ride took a turn none expected. When the smallest biker, Ryder, knelt in front of the girl, he immediately sensed something deeper than a simple request to sell a bicycle. Her name was Mira, whispered softly like she was afraid even her own voice might break. Behind her, beneath the shade of an old tree, sat her mother Clara, thin, pale, wrapped in a blanket though the day was warm. Mira explained through tiny breaths and trembling words that her mother hadn't eaten in 2 days. Clara had once worked at a catering company owned by the town's beloved businessman, Mr. Hensley. But when the company downsized, she was thrown out with no warning, no mercy. Too weak to find more work, too proud to beg, she slowly faded while bills piled up. Mira, seeing her mother starving, took her only toy, her pink bicycle, and made a heartbreaking decision no child should ever face. She would sell it to buy food. Listening to her story, Ryder felt a stirring of something he thought long dead, compassion mixed with anger at the cruelty of the world. Ryder felt something snap inside him, not out of violence, but out of moral fire. His fellow riders, Tank, Viper, and Mason, recognized that expression instantly. Without exchanging a word, the 4 men silently agreed that this wasn't something they could just ride away from. They weren't saints and they didn't pretend to be, but they lived by a code: the innocent deserved protection. Ryder placed a wad of bills gently into Mira's hands and told her to keep the bike. But even that wasn't enough. Someone had taken everything from this woman and child, and justice needed to be answered, not with weapons or rage, but with truth. The bikers mounted their Harleys again, engines roaring like distant thunder as they headed toward Mr. Hensley's towering office building. They didn't go to intimidate, they went to force the man to face the consequences of his greed. Their boots echoed across polished marble floors as they stepped inside, carrying not chaos but a message the CEO could no longer ignore. Inside the sleek glass building, everything smelled of wealth: marble floors, polished desks, and artificial smiles. The receptionist froze as the 4 leather-clad men walked past, their boots echoing like slow, deliberate thunder. Ryder locked eyes with Mr. Hensley through the transparent office wall. The CEO wore a gold watch, a pressed suit, and a smile that never reached his eyes. When the bikers entered, Hensley scoffed, pretending authority, but Ryder didn't need to shout or threaten. He simply placed Mira's cardboard sign, the one that read, "For sale," on the glossy desk. The CEO's face lost its color. Ryder explained what his greed had done: a starving mother, a desperate child, a bicycle offered in exchange for survival. Hensley tried to justify himself with talk of business decisions, but his excuses died under the weight of the bikers' unflinching gaze. They didn't harm him, they didn't need to. They made him confront his own reflection, one he could no longer escape. By sunset, something had shifted in the town. No one knew exactly what happened in that office, but rumors spread like wildfire. The once smiling CEO, known for polished charity photos, had suddenly begun signing checks with genuine remorse. Hospital bills for single parents were paid off. Groceries were delivered anonymously to families in need. Former employees who had been discarded without apology were quietly rehired with better conditions. Some said it was guilt. Others whispered the bikers had straightened him out. But the truth was simpler. When confronted with the consequences of his decisions, Hensley finally saw the human cost behind his profits. And that realization shook him deeper than any threat could. The transformation wasn't dramatic or loud, it was steady and sincere, like a man trying, for once, to be better than he had been. All because a little girl held up a cardboard sign, and 4 men decided her voice was worth hearing. When the bikers returned to the old tree later that evening, Mira ran to them with joy lighting her entire face. Clara stood now, still weak but visibly stronger, her smile trembling with gratitude she could barely express. The sunset painted a soft gold across the grass, the chrome bikes, and the folded cardboard sign now resting in Mira's lap. They shared simple food, bread, water, warmth, and for a moment, the world felt gentle again. Ryder told Clara she owed them nothing, only that she must never give up. As the engines cooled beside them, the air felt different, lighter, hopeful, touched by a rare kind of kindness that comes not from wealth or power, but from courage. That night, strangers became family, and pain turned into possibility. And somewhere in that quiet golden glow, the little girl's pink bicycle stood untouched, no longer a sacrifice, but a symbol of love that changed everything.